challenge. It's the cheat challenge. It's the cheat challenge. King Buddha, it's never too late to awake you. King Buddha, it's never too late for mistake to. King Buddha, it's never too late to awake you. King Buddha, it's never too late for mistake to. King Buddha, shut up or shut up. King Buddha, shut up or shut up. Karen.
What it do, chat? What it do, chat? What it do, chat? Welcome to today's episode. Happy Valentine's Day, chat. And today we got a jam-packed episode for you. Hope you guys are ready. We're going to snack. We're going to have a dope episode. So, guys, stay tuned. This is the Cheat Challenge, and I am your loyal speaker, King Buddha himself. So, chat, I hope you guys are ready. Let's go. Okay, chat. Welcome to today's episode, and we're going to set it off like this. Hope you guys are prepared. We got a little bit of Little Baby from two content creators. One of them is Hello Yasin Extra, and the other one is Rapaholics. Both of them reputable in my book. So we're going to start off with Hello Yasin's, and then we're going to move into Rapaholics. So guys, stay tuned. We are live. So we are about to enjoy some fried chicken while we enjoy some good content. So here we go, chat. Let's go.
Might be toy loyal for his own good, because the best thing Lil Baby could have done was choose Gunna instead of Young Thug, because Young Thug's done a bunch of nothing ever since he got out. The greatest thing to happen to Young Thug this past year was for him for just being forgotten about and his album coming and going. That was the best thing to happen to him. But Lil Baby is in big trouble, because while he was at the Super Bowl, he was photographed with a bunch of these people, which are important. We're going to need them, and we know the San Francisco Police Department is looking at them.
Oh, God.
He was photographed with Lil Baby, Quavo, Nav, G Herbo.
Oh, God.
Lil Baby is one of them. Meek Mill, and 21 Savage. They flicked up because I think Santa Clara was where the Super Bowl was at. So they all pulled up to the Super Bowl, and guess what happened?
All you gotta do is
Oh, you've never used samples like this before.
Let me show you why I stopped paying for all my other sample libraries. This is Arcade by Output.
Stop
A
it.
shooting happened. That's one of the craziest things, right? No, it didn't happen in Oakland. It happened in San Francisco. And I'm going to play you guys that clip right now because this is a news report.
This morning, we have new details in the shooting that hurt 49ers defensive end Keon White.
That, my friends, is crazy. How the fuck you getting tangled in some shit where you are named on the news?
Party
That's
at Delia Lounge on
Little
Mission
Baby,
Street. At some point, White got into an argument involving rapper Lil Baby. That's when White was shot in the ankle. Nearby residents say they were woken up by police activity.
What's crazy is that Academics, who's been at it with Lil Baby, he just went wild and out on him. And this clip I'm going to play for you guys right now before this happened.
I said it on the phone when you just woke up. I said, the nigga mentioned 4PF to me. You said, stop with that police because you scared of all of the shit that y'all done did in Atlanta. That's the facts.
That is the
I said, bro, you said to me, Man, why are you talking about 4 p.m.? And when I said that to you in the morning, you said, yo, man, stop with that police shit, man. Because you don't want to jack 4 p.m. no more. That's facts. You don't want to jack 4 p.m. because you knew your ass was about to be an indictment for all the bull you niggas did. But if you had a problem, this is really why I got static with it. Because, baby, if you got a problem with me, don't tell your mans you squashing it with me. Don't get on the phone with Rod Wave. I'll squabble up with you anywhere, anytime. You ducked it, and then you had your assistant. I'll squabble with you anytime.
Yo, I cannot believe that
You a drug addict. Stupid as what up?
that little baby let academics
Been
talk
on that.
like
You
that.
DM
That's
me.
crazy. The little baby
You
was
DM
all
me where you at. I DM you where I'm gonna be at. You never showed up. You said I was trolling. I will watch you anywhere.
Oh my god.
Oh, we squashed it because Rod Wave is a mutual of ours.
Come.
But don't fake squash it and say your drawers holder to ever do nothing.
So the reason Academics was going crazy and blacking out on him here is because of the situation that had resurfaced that really happened in March when the slapping happened, which is Lil Baby's assistant swung at Academics talking about some 4PF. You're talking about Lil Baby. And then he calls up Lil Baby the next day saying, yo, I thought we didn't have any problems. Why is this guy talking about 4PF? And Lil Baby was scared about that. So why would Lil Baby be scared about that? Well, there was a report just last year when it was being said, and this is reported by Live Mixtapes, but this was spread around. It said Lil Baby's 4PF is described by police as a criminal street gang allegedly responsible for multiple deaths, according to an arrest warrant from Atlanta police. And also, I'm going to play you guys this clip right now when Academics and WAC 100 were on a call talking about that the potential of 4PF getting indicted for RICO. This is 2025, so I'm going to play you guys that clip right here.
Who was very accurate on predicting that YSL was going to get indicted in a RICO. He's an Atlanta journalist, certified. He's really good. He's came out and he said that the Atlanta Public Defenders Council, like the office, they're basically their specialized unit for Georgia's public defender's office. The one the unit that specializes on gang cases says the office is actively preparing for a racketeering indictment on the 4PF and OMF case. Now I don't know what OMF is, and that he expects Lil Baby to be indicted, among others. Again, this is coming out, and I want to be clear because some people, they're gonna think that me and Baby, we don't got nothing. Like, I feel like Baby been on like a Dirk mission recently. Like, what I mean, he been doing Architect Digest. Like, he been trying to give us every single reason to appear or kind of look like he don't look like he's close to anything.
Because that was never his intentions.
During this time, Lil Baby was really trying to switch things up because also two of his artists were locked up, and this was 2024. So what I just showed, we're working backwards in time because this has been a long time coming. So 2025 was the situation where I just showed you right now, which is when the slap happened, number one, and March, when the call between them happened, and also the person that called that 4PF was going to potentially be facing a RICO was this journalist by the name of George, who was the guy that called the YSL RICO before anybody, and people were like, no way, Young Thug's being investigated, no way. And keep in mind, this is a state RICO, state of Georgia. But in 2024, two people that were Lil Baby's artists were charged with killing two kids. There was this guy named Day Day that got charged with beating a 6-year-old to death. And then Dirty Tay, who, if you look up, he has a song with Lil Baby, Dirty Tay that is, on YouTube. It's on the Dat Piff channel. And he shot a 3-year-old in the head during a drive-by. So what usually happens with these people is these like gang members, and this happened in Chicago a lot more, but
an IQ of 85 to 115 is considered average in the U.S., and IQ of 115 to 145 is considered high, and an IQ 1...
What the fuck?
The Atlanta just became the hub for all of this stuff more recently. What they do, they're running drive-bys, and they're driving a car very fast, and they're just spraying. They're spraying and praying, and unfortunately, it ends up in somebody praying on Sunday service because their kid got hit with a ricocheted bullet or a bullet that missed that was intended for somebody else, because they're pulling up on these people where there's plenty of foot traffic. So that's where this situation happened. And Lil Baby, he switched from 4PF to some other nonsense. I don't even know, like CCOB. We don't really care. That's 2024. But this goes back to 2022, because the first time we ever heard about this were in federal documents revealed that they're now targeting Lil Baby and 4PF for possible RICO charges next. And this is after Young Thug was first catching these charges, because Young Thug did 2 years or something fighting this. So Lil Baby has had this looming over his head since 2022. But what I'm trying to understand is, number one, this is really bad because this is across state lines. Because with the Young Thug situation, the RICO was a state RICO. And I do think that they didn't want to pursue another RICO because Homicide Gang, which is two people that are also part of a bigger gang that are attached to Playboi Carti, they were being investigated. 21 Savage's crew was being investigated, as well as Lil Baby's 4PF. Now, the problem is, it was a gargantuan failure, the YSL situation. And also Fonnie Willis, who was leading that, her political aspirations just died. She was smashing some guy that worked for her. Trump kind of cooked her because she was trying to go after Trump. That her political stuff didn't work out. The case didn't end up working out because most of the people, Gunna got off, Young Thug, he got the probation, and Brian Steele believed that they were going to beat that case. Most of the people are free from that situation. Nobody ended up doing any crazy time. So that was a failure. So to try and go after 4PF, that would be a different situation. But the thing is, 4PF, if there is actually some gang involvement or whatever, this is across state lines. It would be federal if it was to,
in California, chat.
If it attached to the RICO, which means that whatever crime that happened here, that was a shooting with an NFL player, which I don't even understand how that happens. But this shooting that happened with the NFL player, if it was in furtherance of the gang, then Lil Baby could be facing a federal RICO, which he would be deep fried, just like his brain turned into mush from all of the lusting and the top gooner that he had become, saying that he had an addiction that he had to goon 5 times a day. I don't know why he decided to share that with anybody, but hey, I guess he needed help. Maybe he should seek a professional at helping people heal with that.
I'm eating.
But what I'm wondering is, Lil Baby's got a...
This is not for you. It is not your food. So, I'm eating. When I come to a point where I see a piece of white meat that don't got no seasoning, yeah, I got you, homie. I haven't gotten there yet. See? Remember your piece right here.
A very, very, very big problem. Because the situation with Academics was that he patched up the beef or whatever. He squared it out. But somebody close to Lil Baby, who's his assistant, pulled up on Academics and
tried to swing on him.
was trying to press him and then tried to attack him. So from that, you let that rock out. And then now you've got people around you that are firing off shots because of an argument that happened at the Super Bowl. This is one of those events where I don't see it ending well for Lil Baby. Now, the last time I had a feeling like this, well, I don't have the exact same feeling, but if you guys remember when the Barclays Center shooting happened, 6ix9ine, Casanova, their crew, Shoddy, their crews were into it, and shots were let off inside the Barclays Center. Mm-hmm. Yes, in Brooklyn.
That's crazy.
When I saw that nothing happened, nobody was arrested for weeks, a month, 2 months, I said, this is bad. There has to be something bigger. There's no way that the police are just going to let this happen. Now, the same thing I'm looking at with the Super Bowl, which is these guys are at the Super Bowl and shots are ringing off and an NFL player is getting shot. This is also very disrespectful because this guy's body, he got shot in the foot or something. He went through surgery. This guy's body is his job. Imagine like you're taking away. It's like what they did to Lil Reese, right? Like he lost his vocal cords. Granted, Lil Reese has not been a rapper that people have looked forward to his music since 2014, if I'm being gracious about it. But this guy's feet, his body is his job. It's like taking away the vocal cords of a little baby, taking him out the booth. That would be cruel. So for a little baby, his best bet is that this guy doesn't cooperate. And if I had to guess, I don't think he would cooperate. And also the distinction to be made between the little baby incident that happened at the Super Bowl and the 6ix9ine Casanova incident at the Barclays Center is that that was at the Barclays Center. This was not at the Super Bowl. It was at one of the after parties at some club near the Super Bowl. Well, this was in San Francisco, but outside of the Super Bowl arena, one of the events, which there are hundreds, if not thousands of events going on that same weekend. I think Lil Baby's just too close to this stuff. Like how does this keep happening around you? This cannot be an accident. This is very, very bad. Of course, they're trying to attach it. Like there was another incident where Lil Baby was shooting a music video and there was a shooting that happened and Lil Baby was trying to make sure everybody understood like, hey, stop attaching my name to this. Well, how about you stop being around where stuff like this is happening?
That's
And
crazy.
this isn't like Lil Baby went to some hood to shoot a music video and, stuff just happens at the hood, right? Because people
this
felt
is
like
crazy.
Lil Baby was agitating the situation by pulling up to a hood and shooting a video. And, that invites, gangs to do their thing. But here, you're in San Francisco, across a completely different coast. Like we're talking southeast to damn near northwest, and somebody gets shot, and it's an NFL player, and it's at an after party after an argument just happened with you and your crew. Like, let's stop it. Your name deserves to be associated with this. And do I see him getting it together? Frankly, I don't think so. I mean, it's been a long time since Lil Baby was locked up. I don't think he wants to go back to being locked up, but I do think that, especially the fact that he completely got rid of Gunna and decided to link with Young Thug and stay tapped in with Young Thug as well as YFN Lucci, is that the streets and whatever code, morals, that is his number one, that is his North Star from what I've been able to gather. And I don't see him getting rid of that. And for him to think that he can just tiptoe in and out, like 21 Savage said, and what was his first mixtape? 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm really want to rap, but this trapping is what I'm about. Yeah, that's what it seems like Lil Baby's at, except not with the trapping, but it's like with the street stuff and keeping these type of people around him. Because if streamers can move around with armed security, and DJ Vlad with armed police security, also Meek Mill, he moves around with that type of security, like former law enforcement. That is not happening in that type of a situation. So it's clear that Lil Baby is probably still moving around with some hoodlums that are just packing heat, or he's linking up with people in NorCal that got that stuff on him. Because I don't see a cop doing something like this, or it would have been reported. Like we would have gotten some sort of an explanation that goes deeper than this. I think we're going to get more details as the days go by. However, if nothing comes out of this, it's either the NFL player didn't say anything, or there's looming big
I don't even
trouble
think
for Lil Baby.
that it matters
But let me know what y'all think.
if the NFL player says
Comments, like,
something or
subscribe.
doesn't say something. I don't even think it matters anymore, Chad, because I think that even if the NFL player don't want to put any charges, I think the state still picks him up because this guy's coming from Atlanta to terrorize. Now let's hear a Rapperholic's take on it.
I absolutely love your style, man. No. Is that the AP rose gold? Oh, whoa! The skeleton. Can you share with our viewers what you do for a living?
I rob.
What you do? What advice do you have for other robbers out there?
Don't get caught.
Don't get caught.
According to police, officers responded to reports of a shooting following an argument that started inside of a business. No arrests have been made. A suspect has not been identified.
Of course, 4 pockets full had to come to an end.
Why you say of course?
Don't call your label the same thing you call your crew or your homeboys who grew up together. Because the way they trying to set it up as a system, they going to try to use it as a game.
I'll still never forgive the people back in 2020 who were saying that Lil Baby was about to be the next Lil Wayne, but there's no denying that back in 2019, as we were making the turn into this new decade, very few rappers seemed to have as much promise as someone like Lil Baby. He had the hits, the grit, every factor that was it, Lil Baby had it. By the way,
I wouldn't go as far as saying a Lil Wayne, but I did think that Lil Baby was not going to end up in jail. I thought he lived enough as a rapper to know that you got to separate the business from the streets.
That's all the rhyming you're getting in this video, lobbies and gentlegrams. I'm in my fall off era, all right? J. Cole, he kind of inspired me to stop rhyming. So in honor of him and the fall off, we're deading the rhyming intros for the time being. Comment if you want them back or if you're happy that they're gone.
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible. Or vibe coding meets drag and drop freedom. We'll see about that. All right, let me try to make up a site to sell some like...
I study
rapaholics
for a living.
Now, I say all this to say about Lil Baby, he's found himself in some very weird situations, to say the least, especially over the last few months. And recently, over the Super Bowl weekend, things really took a turn for the worse that could leave Lil Baby in a position far worse than just simply quote-unquote falling off music-wise. But I mean, I want to put it into perspective for you guys, alright? I mean, look at this picture. 8 years ago, the replies to a picture like this, Quavo, Travis, 21 Savage, Lil Baby, the world would have been begging for this collaboration. But in 2026, it's almost like we would pay them to not link up with each other on a record. Or as this person puts it, nowadays they're just known as the government mandated features, right? And if you guys know me, you know I'd rather sit here and talk to you about the music. But with this Lil Baby situation, it stretches far beyond the music. But just to catch you guys up to speed in terms of why Lil Baby was compared to Lil Wayne in the first place and what ended up going wrong. Essentially, in 2018, him and Gunna as a duo are unstoppable. Again, nowadays they'd be the government mandated features, but in 2018, they were the trap music version of Michael Jackson and Prince. Huh? Gunna is allegedly ghostwriting for Lil Baby, but whether he was or wasn't, Lil Baby really flourished on his own, especially by 2020. This is like when he starts hitting his peak. Right before the COVID pandemic, he drops his album, My Turn, and I want you guys to like go back to this time. What a weird time this was. You had Roddy Ricch, DaBaby, Lil Baby, all at the top of the game. You had these up-and-comers like Lil TJ, Pop Smoke, the guy who sung the song Blueberry Faygo. Even Tory Lanez was about to like hit the highest level he had reached in the mainstream at this point in time, right before the pandemic. And it seems like all of them kind of had their own separate pitfalls, whatever the case is. But the COVID pandemic really cut the lights off for that entire generation that was on top of the world at this period of time. And Lil Baby was the leader of this class, 1000%.
I'm always right. What you know about us?
Yeah, it's so crazy, chat. Look at that. Look at that list.
I say so from the top, make it drop.
A lot of fucking people. Most of them didn't make it.
I forgot Polo G2. It's like literally every massive rapper that you could think of that was like an up-and-comer in 2020 that seemed like they were about to dominate for the next decade. They're nowhere to be found at this point. It's kind of crazy. And Lil Baby was not exempt to that fate, all right? People were waiting like fiends itching for another hit of dope for this new Lil Baby album, and it took him 2 years from My Turn in 2020 to the next one that came out in 2022. I don't even personally remember the name of it, and I'm going off the top of the dome right now, so I'm not going to look it up. The album was just extremely mediocre, though. Basically, like, recycled flows, monotone delivery, production we've heard a million times before, government-mandated features and producers. It was like the equivalent to, like, you know when you leave a bag of chips out, but you don't, like, tie up the bag so they kind of lose their crunch? That's what this album was. But because Lil Baby had reached such high success in 2020, he was still riding that momentum by the time this project dropped. So it didn't do bad, per se. And he was able to kind of hide the fact that he had fallen off by the massive first week sales that he had for that project. See, this is 2022, right? People are, again, waiting like crazy for this new Lil Baby album. So even if it was pretty crappy, the hype was through the roof, so it still sold well.
Usually full of bangers, but I don't feel like that was the case today, bro.
He did not have much to say when you're looking at this album.
This is one of my most anticipated records of the year. Unfortunately, it's 22 tracks. We're at that stage of the album where I don't know what the fuck this nigga doing no more. If I gotta be on this trip with Lil Baby, I want to go home. Getting walked in on masturbating would be less embarrassing than making this song and putting it out. I'm just 100% honest with you. This is one of his worst songs.
It wasn't atrocious enough like, you know, The Big Day by Chance the Rapper or Carter 6 by Lil Wayne, where we could, you know, all unanimously agree, like, okay, this is like crazy levels of bad. No, it was just mid, you know, it wasn't like clumpy expired milk. It was just stale chips. Still edible, just not enjoyable. But one thing Lil Baby did on that album that was kind of interesting, maybe the wrong move, maybe the right move, depending on who you ask, is he actually had two different sets of bars aimed at DJ Snackademics. Big Macca, Snacka, Henny, Hogging, Demics.
Those 3 Big Macs are for me.
Those 3 Big Macs are for him, and 2 shots on Lil Baby's album were also for him. And Academics was not happy about this. He started threatening that the next 180 days would be a marathon of him roasting Lil Baby live on stream. He starts taunting the fact that Lil Baby's friend, Young Thug, had just gotten locked up on a RICO, and the government was looking at Lil Baby's crew, 4PF, as runners-up for a brand new RICO.
Come and put that RICO on me, don't be running from me. Get the lawyer, spend the money on it, get whatever from me. Put 6 figures in your commissary, I do real shit. I drop facts in the interrogation room. They'll make me sign a pink slip. Oh, I got a remix for y'all niggas. I'm like, come and put that RICO on me, don't be running from it.
Academics really may not have been lying here, and I hope he was, but we've seen various reports on Lil Baby's collective 4PF being under hot water. Just last year,
imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
My mixtapes. No, I would not say they're a credible source, but it was kind of odd. They tweeted out this. Lil Baby's 4PF is described by police as a criminal street gang allegedly responsible for multiple deaths, according to an arrest warrant from Atlanta police. Now, around the same time, Snackadiddler, he calls up WAC 100, and they're discussing how Lil Baby, over the last few years, really ever since that album I was telling you guys about that didn't do so well, that wasn't so good, he started moving a little differently, a lot more in silence. And it's possible that that wasn't just because the reception to his album was poor, so he needed to kind of go back to the drawing board, step out of the public light, and restructure things. No, there might have been a deeper reason for that.
Who was very accurate on predicting that YSL was going to get indicted in a RICO. He's an Atlanta journalist, certified. He's really good. He's came out and he said that the Atlanta Public Defenders Council, like the office, they're basically their specialized unit for Georgia's Public Defender's Office. The unit that specializes on gang cases says the office is actively preparing for a racketeering indictment on the 4PF and OMF case. Now, I don't know what OMF is. He expects Lil Baby to be indicted, among others. Again, this is coming out, and I want to be clear because, you know, some people, they're going to think that, you know, me and Baby, we don't got nothing. Like, I feel like Baby he been on like a Dirk mission recently. Like, you know what I mean? Like he been doing Architect Digest. Like he been trying to give us every single reason to appear or kind of look like he don't look like he's close to anything.
Because that was never his intentions.
That's fucked up.
Now, what Snack and Diddler is referring to here is
That is
actually an Atlanta journalist by the name of George Chitty. And he published an article in the Atlanta Objective
baby?
on March 31st, 2025, so almost a year ago, that said that Lil Baby and other members of the criminal organization, allegedly OMF, Only My Family, and 4PF, which is Lil Baby's collective, Four Pockets Full, are likely to be indicted over RICO charges. According to this guy, George Chitty, who academics said had predicted the YSL RICO months before it actually happened, George had said that Sean Hoover, who's the manager at the Georgia Public Defenders Council's specialized unit for gang cases, he's actively preparing for a racketeering indictment on both these two street gangs, Lil Baby's included, and expects Lil Baby to be indicted with others. And they allegedly started preparing this RICO case after the death of, sorry for mispronouncing this name, Keontae Davis, who had lost his life just 2 days prior to this article being published on March 28th, 2025, and he was actually a co-defendant as well in a murder trial back in 2022, and this is allegedly all part of a long-running street gang war between members of 4PF and the other gang OMF.
Wow.
Now, Lil Baby had started 4PF back in 2017. This is the name of his record label, right? He actually had a lot of success with it, signing artists like Rilo Rodriguez and 42 Doug. But in 2023, he actually stripped the name 4PF, changed it, and his reason for that was he didn't want to be responsible for the actions of other individuals. I mean, as you saw with the YSL trial, right? Young Thug had a real record label called YSL, where artists like Gunna were signed to. The government treated that label like a criminal enterprise, saying that the label was just a front for the street organization that was behind it, that went by the same name, YSL.
I just don't got my twin, bro. I don't got my friends, bro. I'm just fucked up, man. I'm fucked up, bro. The nigga who I be with every day, I don't got him no more, bro. I don't know what to do, bro. Like, and I ain't lose no nigga to a tragic, or now I lost a nigga to betrayal, bro.
And they're allegedly saying that Lil Baby's 4PF was operating on a similar dynamic. In an interview, Lil Baby had said, coming into the industry, he didn't realize that if he just made, all his friends or whoever 4PF, like if they weren't strictly just artists and he just kind of had all his friends on his team, they were all 4PF, then he would directly be responsible for any of their actions. If they commit a crime, prosecutors could look at his organization, 4PF, as the enterprise funding the crime and Lil Baby as the ringleader, even if Lil Baby had nothing to do with it, just because these people were associated to his label. So he changed the name. Definitely a smart decision.
4PF to glass ceiling.
Glass window.
Glass window. And it's obviously, can't be with. What's the difference?
Can't be with, it's just a way of life.
Right.
It's not a label, it's not a nothing, it's not a nothing. It's a way of life, you know what I'm saying? If you on your shit, like, you can't with me. Of course, Four Pockets Full had to come to an end.
Why you say of course?
Because all the shit that be going on and shit. And I had to start learning that other people's actions I could be held accountable for.
Right.
I ain't know all that at first. You know what I'm saying? I never would have went that route, but I ain't know. Now that I know, I'd be a fool to just keep the same thing going. They trying to make something out of something that it ain't.
Right.
Like, if I got any kind of control of, hey, we're gonna switch that whole thing up. It ain't even just about the police or no, it's just period. I never was supposed to make my label something that I talk about. Don't call your label the same thing you call your crew or your homeboys who grew up together. Cause the way they trying to set it up as a system, they gonna try to use it as a game.
Let me show you why I stopped paying for all my other sample libraries. This is Arcade by Output. This thing has sounds, samples, instruments, effects, everything you could ever need all in one place. I remember a friend of mine sent me a link one day to try it. From the moment I opened it up, I was like, oh, this is a game changer. And now I'm the one telling everybody about it. The sample quality is crazy, and you can literally customize everything. You could pitch it up, pitch it down, chop it, extend it, modulate it. Sometimes I like to just bring in my own samples and hit them with this lo-fi. The variety and the versatility of the kits is just crazy. But we could go from something like this to something like this.
Now, this is in around 2023, 2024, where he changes the name. He's trying to disassociate from 4PF.
I'm not happy right now, Chad, because I bought this tray and it was missing a piece. I don't like to buy things that are missing pieces. My shit is missing pieces, you gotta tell me it's missing pieces. How about this tray right here, Chad? That's that same tray you see right there. And if you put it together, right, it goes together like that. Now, if we put it in the same orientation as the one in the picture, we're missing that metal thing that you see there. This shit right here. This shit right here. We're missing that. What the fuck? What the fuck? This is bullshit, yo. This is bullshit, yo. I'm so upset.
Was a year prior when Lil Baby had released that dud of an album. At the same time, he had two of his artists, Day Day and Dirty Tay. Both of them were charged with unaliving two kids, two children. Day Day had been charged with beating 6 to their passing, and Dirty Tay had hit a 3-year-old with a firearm during a drive-by. At the time, there wasn't much reported on it, but there's certain articles that detailed the situation, saying Atlanta police said Kentavious Wright, Dirty Tay, was arrested on August 19th on charges of criminal attempt to commit murder, criminal street gang participation, aggravated assault, aggravated battery, and cruelty to children. Police said a Kia pulled up next to another car around 4 p.m. on August 3rd on Peter Street, and someone opened fire on the passenger seat. The 3-year-old was struck, who was riding in the backseat, in the head. The child was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Absolutely disgusting. And I'm obviously not saying Lil Baby had anything to do with this, but he did have actual collaborations with this guy. This was his artist. And in 2024, police had said that the cowardly actions of Lil Baby while he was shooting a music video were what started the chain of events that led to 2 other innocent children being unalived.
What?
According to Atlanta PD's violent crime interdiction section, there was a shooting at an Atlanta rapper's music video shoot, which led to 2 boys losing their lives, and the shooting was over a gang war. They said the cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go into a rival gang stronghold in a place he knew he shouldn't have been. Again, Lil Baby had denied knowing anything about this, but ultimately just a person of this stature should probably not be in environments where something like this could even happen, right?
That's a fact.
Now, things get weirder, but not in the way you would think, alright? So you guys have probably all seen the infamous pictures of Lil Baby cuddling up at white parties. That, for whatever reason, was a bigger topic of conversation than a lot of the music Lil Baby has put out over the last 3 or 4 years. But another story that went almost under the radar was one involving him and this OF lady, which was very strange. So she goes by Wo Senpai, I believe. She was in the news for having really violent, dramatic fights with her ex-boyfriend, and for whatever reason Lil Baby wants to get involved with her, and she leaks what's allegedly an entire conversation between the two, and the conversation's crazy, you guys, all right? So as you can see, Lil Baby is the gray text bubbles, she's the blue. I mean, he's spamming her already, like, you know, let me know if something went wrong, I'm in Orlando, I can't find you. He says, on the way to your house, I'ma show you crazy. Because again, like, this is around the time where she's in the news for, you know, jumping on her boyfriend's car, breaking the car, whatever the case is, a lot of craziness. So he's saying, like, I'm gonna show you what's really crazy. She messages him back, you must have the wrong woman. Stop being crazy, you're not in Orlando. She's probably like starstruck at this point, right? This isn't like, you know, some massively famous model, but here you got Lil Baby in her DMs, and he's saying things like, you know, I'm 25 minutes away from your house. Like, stop, you've been ignoring me for weeks. Telling her he's gonna be in the driveway. Like, this is like some very intense behavior, to say the least. And she's trying to like calm him down a bit. She's like, I don't like crazy. I'm a grown woman. Stop that. If you miss me, then just say you miss me. And he said, well, you could have just told me what it was instead of ignoring me. Ignore me means pull up and find me. Of course I miss you. I had my hopes all up to see you, then no response. And she says, no, ignoring you does not mean you should pull up and try to find me. Stop cosplaying a crazy man because you think that I like crazy people. I like peace and love. So, I mean, again, yeah, there's news articles about her, you know, having some crazy altercations with her ex-boyfriend. So maybe Lil Baby's seeing this, and that's why he thinks she likes crazy, right? And again, this is all alleged. This could not even be Lil Baby, but she posted this whole message and tagged Lil Baby in the post. And we've never heard Lil Baby speak on this, but he continues here. At this point, you can't like peace and love. That's all I've been trying to give you. So explain to me why you suddenly cut me off. Maybe I won't come to your house if I get an understanding. This is Lil Baby saying this to her. She says, I'm going to be honest. I didn't cut you off because I don't F with you. I just felt it was disrespectful on my end to take it to that point of sharing my body with you when I used to mess with Boat. Boat is Lil Yachty, who, if you guys didn't know, is signed to the same record label as Lil Baby. So she continues, I don't know your relationship with him, and I'm not that type of woman. Lil Baby says, well, I definitely respect that on all levels, but at this point, it's too effing late for all that. And Boat, my little brother, no matter what, it ain't that type of situation, though. I've told Boat that I'm on your body, though, not since we've met, but before we met, when I seen him with you, and I told him that's my dream woman. And she just completely shuts it down. She says, it's not too late. Like, it's not too late for the fact that, you know, I used to be with Lil Boat. You know, you could back off. It's not too late here. And he says, no, it's definitely too late. My soul is already attached. You want to put Boat in a group message so I can confess my love? And she says, no. And he keeps going crazy. He says, you know, I wouldn't do that, but that's how serious I am, though. We're too grown for you to be cutting me off. Like, come on, how are we too grown for that? And she says, I'm in a space right now where I'm keeping my body to myself, so unless you want a really good friend, there's no point in continuing to speak. Lil Baby says, I want everything, whatever you come with. I'm confused as to why you coming at me like this, though. I ain't come at you on no sex stuff. I'm really trying to get to know you, like, deeply. And at this point, he says he's 2 minutes from her house. He says he knows, you know, her people, so he knows how to find.
Meet Devoto AI, the photo editing software that everyone's talking about.
Her.
He's really thirsty. He really.
This whole conversation is very strange to me.
Yeah.
But this is where it gets crazier, all right? So she's being very dismissive this entire time, right? She's saying, like, I don't want any relationship if you're just looking for a friend, whatever. But, like, you know, I used to mess with your friend, Lil Boat. Like, I don't feel comfortable with all this. And he's like, I'm pulling up on you. Why you been ignoring me? You're my dream girl. I told Lil Yachty that the first time I saw him with you. He's like, he's going above and beyond, right?
Yeah,
so I guess she figures, like, all right, maybe I could finesse this guy, right? He seems to really have a knack for me. So she says, if you help me get my dream car, you can have me forever. And so Lil Baby replies, that's like the easiest thing you could have said. Like, come on, that's easy. What kind of car is that? And so now she starts to give him what he wants, right? Some affection. She goes, I'll cut everybody in the world off if you get me that car. I'll delete Instagram. Lil Baby says, and I mean forever. You know exactly what to say, huh? And guys, this is where she drops the absolute finesse bomb, saying, Rolls-Royce Cullinan 2025, and it can't be a Striker or a Porsche GTRS 3 2025 in pink.
Huh?
Guys, these are $500,000 cars, guys. And
well, she should, the way he being so fucking thirsty.
She's making demands. She has constraints on it. It can't be a Striker, right? So he's laughing at this. He's like, see, you've been dealing with some real BS. If Striker, like, ain't gonna lie, that's an insult. And she says, my ex was a scammer. I've been with him for a few years. I def was used to BS. Lil Baby says, yeah, see, I don't know nothing about that life at all. And I love that you're smart. You went to the highest cars in the market. Heart eye emojis. Guys, this is crazy. If this is real, this is crazy, right? Because you saw what I saw, right? Like, she makes it very clear to Lil Baby that she doesn't really want much to do with him, right? But then the light bulb goes off in her head. Oh, wait, maybe I could just convince this guy to buy me, you know, a $500,000 car. And Lil Baby is like, yeah, you're smart. You went for the highest car in the market. I'm happy to get it for you. He says, I'm usually a pink slip type of guy, but you picked the big stuff. I'm going to have to get you a little note, a little car note, like a little loan on it. But it's def obtainable today. He's ready to buy her a $500,000 car today. And then he asks her, so we're getting somewhere? I have the down payment part. He's ready to drop the down payment on this freaking car today. And all he wants is some loyalty from this OF model. He says, I don't want nobody seeing you shaking your behind. Just shake it for me. And she says, okay, well, then you'll have to pay for the car, and then we can do that for real. And he says, that's easy, mama. And then he wakes up a bit like, oh, wait, like, how did she, you know, just automatically assume that I'd buy her a $500,000 car for her love, right? So he says, damn, you must have heard bad things about me, right? Like, you heard I'm a trick or something? Like, how did you even get to the point where you're asking me for this car in order to remain exclusive with me in a relationship? And she says, no, I just know you can make things possible that a normal person can't. She's playing him, but he believes it. He says, okay, I'll take that. Now, guys, it gets worse with Lil Baby and these different models, all right? He keeps getting himself into trouble. So another woman who sells spicy pictures and videos, Lil Baby calls her, trying to get some from her. And she's in the car with what seems to be her man, maybe a friend, who knows. He's got a firearm on him. You can hear Lil Baby on the phone, and she's trying to arrange actually meeting up with him. While, again, keep in mind, this guy on video is sitting there with a firearm on his lap in the car. So, again, it just poses the question, why is a rapper of Lil Baby stature getting himself into all these situations that we've just looked at? And it keeps getting worse.
That's regular people.
Lil Baby's thirsty ways have got him in trouble after an OF demon put him on blast. Considering he's a major rap star, you'd assume Baby could get any woman he wants. However, it turns out that he's still capable of simp-like behavior after the OF demon named John Morant revealed that he had been trying to buy explicit videos from her.
Like me, too. All right, I'm gonna see what I'm gonna be doing in a little minute. But I ain't never got no pictures and video though. You did. You want me to send you a screenshot?
Please. Afterwards, she agreed to meet up with him, and apparently, things went left quick when the multi-platinum rapper discovered that her baby daddy was outside waiting in the car. With that, he freaked out, called her a bitch, and deleted all of their previous messages to try and cover his tracks. While Jaw came through with the receipts, it actually turns out that this isn't even the first time that Baby had his sights set on an OF model. Earlier this year, Baby's willingness to go above and beyond to try and get with e-girls was revealed when a creator named Wo Senpai dropped DMs to reveal that not only had they slept together, but that he paid off her Porsche for the pleasure. Bruh. After two incidents like this, you can imagine that Lil Baby is wondering how to curb more embarrassing leaks.
All right, now after this, we start hearing from DJ Snackademics, who, listen, I'm not going to say he's the best source for this type of stuff, but I don't know where he would even conjure up this type of lie, if it is a lie. Like, you know, when something's so outrageous that it can't be a lie, because it's like, how could this person have even thought of something like this? So Academics basically says that, again, remember how Lil Baby, he hangs out with Michael Rubin, all these white parties, all these billionaires, whatever the case is. He apparently, according to Academics, proposed to them that they should create a pill that would stop men from having the urge to, how do I say it on YouTube here? Pleasure themselves.
My name is Julie, and I live in Sheepshead Bay. Last year in 6th grade.
Spicy. According to Academics, Lil Baby told these guys that he has a bad addiction to pleasuring himself. He's gotten himself into bad situations from pleasuring himself, as we've seen in, you know, the different screenshots allegedly and the videos here in this video. His corn obsession or addiction, that's gotten him into some trouble, according to Academics. And I mean, we could see he definitely has an infatuation for these type of, you know, models. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but just kind of interesting that he says he pleasures himself 5 times a day and wants to create a pill that would, you know, stop the urge from basically happening. And I agree with him. This is a horrible habit. I'm sure a lot of you guys in the comments will agree. Like, it definitely messes with your mental when you're too deep in that rabbit hole, right? So I don't see nothing wrong with this. It's just kind of crazy that, you know, all these different things are coming to light simultaneously.
This is not for the fans. I just want Baby to know I've been laughing at this shit for 2 days straight. Baby calls him somebody of notable power and influence and a lot of money and tells him he has an idea for a company for a pill. Chat, it's going to sound so crazy. You're only going to understand after you now think about every rumor you've heard about him. They said Lil Baby said to yo, I want to invent a pill. Like, again, this is how these rappers are. You know, they're stupid, right? Yo, I want to invent a pill to stop men from off. I swear. I promise you. Y'all gonna think I'm lying. I promise you.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
He tells this that he wants to invent a pill to stop men from off. The person is...
That has to be trolling, Chad. That can't be real.
Like, okay. And he then goes on to tell, I promise you. He tells the person that he has a addiction. I'm not lying, y'all. It sounds like I'm lying. That's why I keep saying I'm not lying. And he saw 5 times a day, I promise you. Huh? I couldn't believe it. But I believed it. So I couldn't believe it, but I believed it because it made sense with all these like stars I keep saying that they're exposing him for pictures. I'm like, why does this guy need pictures? So apparently Baby tells, like, you know, these little elite guys in the Fanatics Festa little conundrum or whatever, that he has a addiction that he beats off like 5 times a day. And he
Why are we
thinks
even
adult
talking about
business would be to create a pill to stop men from beating off. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. The mere fact I heard about this, they think it's stupid, okay? They think it's stupid, but I think they listen to him and be like, oh yeah, that's new. Yeah, that's new. So when I heard it, I said, I don't even think he said that, like, because I think they were like, maybe he was trolling though. I'm like, no, he wasn't trolling. It makes sense. Ja Morant, he was begging for pictures for. She's a star. He watches, probably watched her perform a lot of times. He wants some material to whack off to. Makes sense. Yo, send me the pictures. I want to, whatever. Now, again, I'm not clowning like as a man, like, yo, because I do whack off. I whack off. Everybody do. But it was just funny to me.
Now, guys, beyond this is just really one of millions of things that academics has said against Lil Baby to try and smear his reputation. And the rabbit hole goes deep here. So remember how I said that Lil Baby may have not been the best idea to diss academics a couple times on his album back in 2022? Yeah, academics was going in on Lil Baby for years after that. But this is where things get crazy. We would come to find out in January of 2026 that back in March of 2025, academics had actually had an encounter with one of Lil Baby's associates or assistants, and this guy would allegedly try and attack academics. Now, I'll let this guy tell his side of the story first, and then we'll get into everything academics have to say.
I didn't see my man's in driver's side. I seen him like academic. I said, where? Like right there.
Yeah.
So I looked. So I did. I did. Hop out the whip. I push up on the man's politely, like, yo, let me have that act, and she in the front seat.
Yeah.
Let me have that act real quick, They let me like, stupid, like, bro, I ain't trying to talk to him real quick. He like, it's up to him.
So y'all just trying, you were trying to chop it up with him like on some normal shit? Or you were trying to like tell him about like the shit he been doing?
Feel me?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
He won't let me get past him, so I just moved the other way, walked to the front. I said, yo, bro, the shit you be saying on the internet, like, that shit be crazy. Like, you be violating, bro. Like, you're like, nah, bro, me and the what's his name? Cool, da-da-da.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, nah, he be lying. So security is a driver. So he already green already. Once the security guard do driver game, you asked out.
No, he gotta move
tack.
Yeah, he gotta move tack.
He can't. How are you moving tack and your security guard's a driver? That's not tack.
I mean, shit. I mean,
Imagine being able to reach 15 million views on the first video of a new YouTube channel. You start at 0 subscribers. Imagine that video.
Ain't nothing happened to him.
Huh?
I say ain't nothing happened to him.
That's when he said something. Bro, I swear to God, right hand of God. I smacked the shit out of him. I smacked the shit out of right hand of God, bro.
Oh God, you smacked academics.
Yes, and then listen.
Oh
I smacked him, listen, I smacked this nigga game. He left one of his mans outside.
Oh, so that's what hates you. Cause I was like, bro, why?
Listen.
What the fuck? Hey, you got some shit.
My man's recorded video. Listen, but this fuck here, y'all know he was just there at the fight.
Wait, zoom in. Wait, scroll it. AJ? Oh my God, that is AJ.
I pressed up on him.
Yeah.
I pressed up on him. He ran straight to 12. Hey, left AJ. How you leave your man's game?
Oh, hey, what?
So he be on the ground. I could be on the ride talking shit like they ain't gonna touch him. I already touched you, guys.
Bro.
Next time I see you, brother. Next time, brother. But come on, gang.
See, I ain't gonna lie. That's why. And I was wondering, bro, cause I'm like, bro, why is he going so hard on you? I'm like, y'all must
just follow me, like my pictures and shit. Like, nah, gang. Like, and then look, follows me like weirdo, gang. I don't get it.
Oh shit. He probably wanted to talk to you in Discord. I didn't know you slap act. What the fuck?
This nigga,
what page that is?
Me,
see, that's Grand Wizard right there. That's Grand Wizard.
Oh, whoever, I don't give a fuck. I said, I guess you don't remember what happened last time you spoke on this shit, huh? Bet.
Wow.
I don't know why he's playing with me, gang.
So
I get it though.
All right, so now we know. All right, so now we know exactly why he said what he said when he was reacting to the shit, because we was like, bro, it was like, bro, did he do something to him? So y'all had some shit, you pressed up on him, you smacked the ran. AJ was outside, ran to 12. All right, we got that part. All right, boom. Come over here. He could join the call later if you want him to. Like later though.
I don't want to talk. Ain't nothing to talk about, bro.
Yeah, talk about.
I'm gonna see him.
All right.
Ain't nothing. What does it talk about, gang? I'm gonna see. I don't be doing the internet shit. I be on the stream. I be on this cool stream shit. Like that's why I'm really already contemplating with you doing this and that. But I'm gonna fuck with you.
Nah, no, I'm just saying. Yeah, I appreciate you. I just want to like, the internet just all they say a whole bunch of other shit. So like, So like, how did that shit go down? Like, you was on the phone with her, like what was that whole shit about though? Because like, it's already on the internet. You got no choice but to clear up your name and shit.
So basically, I shot a trailer, right?
Yeah.
I shot a trailer for my stream shit. I about to start streaming and shit. And during that time, feel me, Ty seen some shit on my phone, her. But he just seen a call log.
Wait, what you mean you seen some shit?
What word?
So, Academics, keep in mind, has never actually brought this up, right? In fact, he was actually reacting to a lot of Lil Baby's music quite positively when his new album in 2025, Wham, had came out. This was in January, but then by March, apparently this attack happens. Now, we only hear about it by January of 2026, the following year, from Lil Baby's assistant. But once that guy reveals this information, Academics points the finger at Lil Baby, saying that, you know, your little weed roller, your assistant, whatever, he jumped out the gate talking about this, and he's making it seem like this was an attack on behalf of you. Like, the guy came up to me being like, why are you talking crap about 4PF, about Lil Baby's organization, and then tried to slap me. Academics is like, all right, if this is an attack on behalf of you, like you wanted to get your mans to come and slap me, all right, I'm going to go crazy on you, especially since he just exposed this thing, right? So Academics goes absolutely nuts.
Those three
nuts
for me.
First, he says that, you know, back in early 2024, Rod Wave, another artist, had tried to get Lil Baby and Academics to make amends. They got on the phone, they chopped it up, everything was good. And then after that, P from QC, the record label that owns Lil Baby's music, they allegedly, according to Academics, paid him $30,000.
I see why Academics attacks Lil Baby so hard. Yeah, I would too.
To not give any negative criticism about Lil Baby's upcoming album in January 2025. What was this thing, right? So Academics goes absolutely nuts.
Those three
nuts
for me.
First, he says that, you know, back in early 2024, Rod Wave, another artist, had tried to get Lil Baby and Academics to make amends. They got on the phone, they chopped it up, everything was good. And then after that, P from QC, the record label that owns Lil Baby's music, they allegedly, according to Academics, paid him $30,000 to not give any negative criticism about Lil Baby's upcoming album in January 2025, Wham, for the first week of its release. Now, again, like I told you guys earlier in this video, it all comes full circle. That 2022 album where he was dissing Academics, it didn't get such a good, you know, critical reception. The fans didn't love it, right? And Academics, because he got dissed on it, he was very quick to crap on the project. So this time around, they actually make amends, Lil Baby and Academics, right before his new album comes out, because they know they need, you know, the media and just the public opinion to be on Lil Baby's side. And they allegedly pay Academics $30K to keep his mouth shut, not crap on the project, so that fans don't, you know, automatically think it was mid. Spoiler alert, it was some mid. Academics would go on to roast it after that week was done, but he did take their $30,000. And he says all this to basically say he thought him and Lil Baby were good. They were on decent terms, but apparently they weren't, because Lil Baby had his assistant, or his assistant just on Lil Baby's behalf, try and attack Academics. And Academics goes on this rant. He thinks he's like Tupac behind a computer, but we all remember, right, that Saucy Santana made Academics cry. Just remember that as you listen.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is the first.
Listen to this.
But I can't take none. Nobody knows you. I'm taking everything out on Baby. So from here on out, what you said, I'm taking on Baby. You're his fucking weed roller, cameraman. Pete, don't call me no more. I'm gonna make an example. I promise. Watch. I ain't say nothing to police. I ain't say nothing online. I talked to your mans. I said, yo, we had a convo. You try to backdoor me after we had a convo when you cop. Now, I ain't even gonna say copped it, but I'll give that. You sent your mans to try to do some weird shit. He swung and he missed. You know what Baby said? Nah. So I said, okay, so it's a me and him thing then. Because if he think he operating on what you saying, but me and you talked already, and you saying that you would never do that because you talked to me with Rod Wave on the phone. I said, whatever we gonna do, I ain't gonna talk about it. Bring that online. You swung on me. That's a fact. You ain't never touched me. I'm taking everything out on Baby. So when y'all see in the next 18 months, and I'm gonna do my big one, and this is gonna be the finest job I ever did. Baby, remember I told you this.
Lil Baby, remember I told you this. Dominique, remember I told you this. She just fuck. Your money's not welcome here no more. You swore on a nigga that's up a bunch of $1 million. I found out who you were that night. I called Baby the next morning. I found out who you were that night. I called Baby. I asked Baby if he know you. He says he know you. Baby, you sent something to me? What's poppin', nigga? Because we just talked. He said, nah, I ain't send nobody. I'm going to tell the story. So I said, I bet. So you're not standing by whatever the fuck he did. You saying he just swung on me on some shit that is not what you fuck with. I'm not even a street. So I followed him. You know, I just want to see what he's up to. I never mentioned this online. This is why when y'all say, well, I don't respect rappers, I really think they pussy. Baby, if you want to fight, they'll get in with you. What's poppin'? Fuck your 30,000, fuck whatever money you got going on, fuck whatever song you got putting out. And you told me, you was like, yo, bro, you see, I don't deal with backdoor shit. When Savage put me on the phone with Meek, all right, yo, it's all hands off. I remember getting on the phone with you and goddamn Rod Wave. You know what you said? Because I said, yo, I know P was supposed to do that. You know, you told me P don't got the rank for that. I ain't know you considered it or whatever. I bet. Rod Wave put us on the phone, change numbers. Yo, Act, yo, listen, all right, I get your point of view. You get your pussy ass assistant. He not no street nigga, he an assistant. He a ball holder. He seen me. And I'm going to tell you the Ty Lil shit, this would never even have a chance. But this is why that nigga Ty Lil, I don't know what he on. He on some backdoor shit too. I'm going to get to it. And Kai called me over that. Kai called me and was like, Kai was copping mad please. Because like, I was like, this shit was a little confusing. I'm going to tell you the story. And I'm not a liar. So I'm not going to tell all the story and leave out 5%. I'm going to tell the whole story. But also, I kept it. Yo, pussy, I cost your fucking label, nigga, millions of dollars. And you gonna watch what I'm gonna do to him again. You ain't about to do nothing to me. You will never do nothing to me. Lead that nigga. Watch. I promise you. I promise you. Little Baby gonna pay for the sins of you. I guarantee you. I promise you on everything I love. And I'm gonna take it out on him because he sat there in my... I called him when he just woke up. He rolled over. I said, baby, you sent a nigga to swing on me last night?
What do you think, Chad? What do you think? Is academics wrong for being this fucking upset? I say it's justifiable. You know what I'm saying? Because being a streamer, a lot of rappers are going to act like they could steamroll you because they rappers and their life is so much cooler. You know what I'm saying? They jumping out of jets and all this other bullshit. And a streamer, you know, motherfuckers is at home and shit giving you the news or giving you the opinions of the news. But I think that, you know, Act did, he could have said the shit about the smack. He could have went to the police. He could have done a lot of things that anybody else would have done. And what he did, he stood quiet. And then that dude, K Rich, he came and went online and started talking about smacking academics. So, yeah, that kind of falls on Little Baby right there. Because if one of my little niggas got active, it goes on me. It falls on me.
You know what that nigga told me? Yo, Act, hell no, I ain't do that, bro.
Yeah, right there, he should have just went up to him and be like, yo, I don't know why he did that, but I'm going to talk to him. But not like that. Not like that.
We talk, me, you, and Rod Wave, bro. I say, yo, bro. And if Baby say he a liar, he's a bitch. I promise you, Baby gotta kill me before I ever change my tune. I'm not lying about nothing. I can't respect y'all. He puts it on his life. He says, Act, me and you patched it up. We squashed it. You know how he explains it? I said, do you know K Rich? He kind of acts like he's looking up, but you know he's slow. He said, yeah, I do. I didn't know it was an assistant till later because I asked everybody around. He said, I figured that was it. He said, yo, Ag, you know, ever since we squashed it, not everybody that fuck with me know we squashed it, right? You be talking shit like, I ain't send out a blast to the team. I ain't gonna lie, I took him for his word. Me and you squashed it. You ain't tell your team we squashed it. Some seen me, he thought he was standing on business. I'm gonna take this out on Lil Baby personally.
You have it listen, you type it in, and then you go dig.
Should have been a man about it.
I love Rod Wave, I love Savage, I love everybody else who's ever tried to.
I wouldn't have been scared.
This is what you call
your face. Like, yeah, my nigga smacked you. Yo, my bad on that.
When y'all say like I'm supposed to be the pussy non-street, I kept it 100. I talked to Lil Baby. He said I never sanctioned nobody to touch you. I look over it. It's on the window.
You didn't hold nobody responsible either.
I look over because the window's closed. What up? He's like, yo, put the window down a little bit. Now, I'm going to keep it a bean with you. I don't care. Like, y'all got a reputation on me, so I ain't really got to sit here and try to. But I'm not scared. So I'm like, what up? What you want? I put it down a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I put it down like right here. He's like, yo, bro, like put the window down. Like, what you talking about? Like, yeah, I'm trying to talk to you. Bro, I talk to fans every day. I talk to people every day. Like, my nigga, I'm not no, like, if anybody ever met me, like, I'm not like, oh, no, bro, like, what the fuck? I put it down about like 30%. I said, fuck it. I put it up all the way. So it's good. I don't know what energy he got. So it's good. He says to me, yo, man, and I was trying to talk to you, man. Like, I don't like what you, I don't like that shit you be on with like a 4 p.m. And he said something about 4 p.m. and I was like, but he was low with his voice. I was like, huh? So I said, what you talking about? Like, I couldn't hear it really. And I said, man, what you talking about? He said, like, you be talking about, and then I hear the word. He said, oh, like, I be you talking about Wham, man. Like, you be saying all that shit about online about Wham, man. What you talking about Wham, man? So now I hear Wham. So first he said 4 PF, then I hear Wham. And I'm like, so what are you talking about? So, bro, you be talking mad shit about Wham. Like, what's up with that shit you be talking about online about Wham, bro? Now, this is very important. And I swear, like, I hate to swear, baby, I hope everybody in your family dies if you ever deny this, and I hope everybody in this nigga family dies if you ever deny it, and I will never take it back. Because I do not lie. When he said that to me, I said, what? So I said to him, I said, bro, you talking about baby? So yeah, man, you be talking mad shit online. I said, bro, I'm gonna tell y'all, me and baby cool, bro. We just talked. Now, let me tell you his response, and then let me tell you some real shit. What he said was, man, he ain't talk to you, nigga. Like, he ain't talk, man, stop it, man. You fucking with the team, nigga. Like, so I'm looking at this guy and I'm saying he's a random. This guy's a bum. He's a random. Why is he a random?
Trying to get clout.
Let me then tell you this. I'm telling everybody business. Let me take all my jewelry off. Bro, could you do me a favor? Pete asked me this. Pete, if you lie about this, I swear I hate you for life. I would never, any of you niggas lie about anything I'm saying, and if I'm lying about it, I promise you, I will show my whole bank account for every dollar y'all ever gave me in life. I will give it back to you because I do not respect whole nigga shit. I will give it back. P, baby, the entire, and I'm telling you, even Universal Music Group, Capitol Records, Motown, I will give every dollar back. He said, I'm down to take it anyway. If y'all think Rod Wave backdoor me, I don't fuck with Rod Wave either then. My security is peeping what's going on.
You can't get
His
that mad
don't
if it's
really
not
seem
real.
like he's
So
trying to
that
listen. He seems like
he's telling the
fidgety.
truth.
He's on the edge.
No way he's
like,
lying.
bro, like, yo, bro, call baby, bro. Like, bro, man, we don't need to call nobody. I know what it is. He's saying shit. I'm like, so I'm looking. I really think I don't know who he is. Remember, I don't see Ty Lil. I only hear about Ty Lil later, or I hear about him 5 minutes later. I'm gonna tell you 5 minutes later. I'm like, Ty Lil. They're like, yo, he only got to your window because Ty Lil, head security, he kind of reach over. He'd be like he realized that we're talking in circles because I'm saying, I don't got a problem with baby. We talked. But my security, he makes a decision like, man, fuck all that. He swerves off right when we're swerving off. And like, because I'm talking to him like in the window right here. The dude swings in the window, never touches me. Ty Lil, let me tell you this. If you think you touched me, I hope you and all little baby family dies. Nobody touched me. Because if y'all had touched me, I would have went up that night on baby. I would have never forgive them. If a nigga touched me in music, in rap, I would never forgive them. Why do you think I would ever forgive Lil Baby? Because I'm gonna tell you, I do think Lil Baby backdoored me. My security just drives off. He swings into the car, he doesn't hit me. It's gonna just make it seem like I'm crashing out. If I'm lying, fuck everybody on their side, family, whatever, they could keep it like that because I don't have nothing to lie about. So the dude, he swings into the car. And we drive off. And I ain't gonna lie, people in the car is delirious. Like, what? Somebody just swung at you? And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little composed, but I'm like, hold on, what is this shit? Because I talked to baby not too long ago.
That's some pussy.
Now, guys, I bring up this whole academics rant, all this mess, just to basically say, like, even if Lil Baby wasn't the one who told this guy to, go and try to attack academics, it isn't really a good look that all these random, people in Baby's crew keep getting themselves into these horrible situations. I mean, the attack on academics, that's barely scraping the surface. Obviously, the two unalivings of those two poor children from people who were actually signed as artists to Lil Baby, that's like exponentially worse, right? But all these different things keep stacking up where people in Lil Baby's crew just keep doing stupid things. And Lil Baby, because he is the boss of this organization that they're either signed to or affiliated with, he kind of gets blamed for it, right? I mean, he's shooting a music video in a neighborhood and a shooting happens because they're in quote unquote rival gang territory, according to the, PD. So then in the investigation, they blame Lil Baby. It's the same thing here with, all this stuff that went down with Academics, right? He gets attacked by this guy, but because this guy's associated with Lil Baby, Academics assumes that Lil Baby was the one who sent him, and now Academics has been just trying to beg Lil Baby to fight him, right? And talking about his corn problem that he has. But here's where things take another dark turn. Lil Baby attended the 2026 Super Bowl, and after the show, he went to an after party. It was at this after party where Keon White, one of the players on the 49ers, got shot.
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible. We're vibe coding.
Early this morning in San Francisco. The team says defensive end Keon White was shot in the ankle.
San Francisco police confirming they did respond to a report of shots fired on Mission right near South Van Ness, 4 o'clock this morning. Police did not identify White as the victim, but the team has since confirmed he was shot.
According to police, officers responded to reports of a shooting following an argument that started inside of a business. No arrests have been made. A suspect has not been identified.
Now, TMZ reports 49ers Keon White argued with Lil Baby and crew before shooting, according to a report. Remember, the same pattern of Lil Baby kind of getting in trouble for the actions of the people around him continues to reemerge. And this case is a lot more severe in terms of consequence because Lil Baby was directly there, and this is obviously a lot more high profile. So if it's not the cops that are going to come to some conclusion, it might be the NFL themselves, because this guy's livelihood are his limbs, right? Are his body parts. He got shot in his leg, I believe. That's also the disgusting part. Like, someone to do that, like, you're deliberately cutting off this man's livelihood by aiming there. But it's like, regardless, if the cops don't find out who did.
What do you think, Chad? You think that Little Baby had... What if it wasn't Little Baby? What if it was somebody in his team? Does that justify the situation? Because the NFL player is going to be injured for life. He's probably not going to be able to play anymore.
This, it's going to be the NFL that wants some sort of compensation over the situation. So regardless, Lil Baby's in a very compromised position at this point. And the TMZ article continues. The investigation into the shooting of Keon White just took a wild turn because of what reportedly happened between the 49ers, DE, and rapper Lil Baby before the shots rang out just hours after the Super Bowl. According to the San Francisco Standard, which says it's seen the police report, 27-year-old White and Baby got into an argument after the Grammy-winning rapper and his friends were turned away from the third-year pro's private event at a local San Francisco lounge. As per the outlet, a witness told police he saw the verbal argument and went to get help from bar staff before he heard 2 gunshots ring out. When the witnesses returned, he discovered White had been shot in the ankle area. Police arrived on the scene just after 4 a.m. and entered the club to investigate, discovering, quote-unquote, numerous scantily clad females picking up dollar bills that were strewn all over the floor. When cops made contact with White, the report claims he was uncooperative. Investigators retrieved footage from surveillance cameras at the scene and found an abandoned cell phone. They also located a 9mm and .45 caliber casing near the scene. Cops said in a statement that a preliminary investigation revealed a verbal altercation occurred between 2 groups inside a business. The victim was injured when the shots were fired by an unknown suspect. Social media posts and an event page show that Lil Baby was in the Bay Area for the Super Bowl, including a post from his own Instagram from a suite at Levi Stadium. But there's nothing outside of the news story linking the star rapper to the lounge where the violent incident had went down. So basically, Keon White, he had not, cooperated with authorities. He hadn't given up who had actually shot him. And according to cops, there was an argument outside. Then gunshots ensued. Keon ended up shot, and eyewitnesses had said that it was actually Lil Baby's crew that had fired the shots when they were not let in to his private party, and they fired again at his ankle, which actually reminds me of what Selena Powell had said Offset was trying to do to Stefan Diggs with, the whole Cardi B debacle, right? He said he was trying to shoot at his kneecaps. Really disgusting to, deliberately plan that out, right? And Keon White had got on Instagram to kind of give an update to everyone saying, Thank you to everyone who has reached out with their prayers and concerns on my behalf. I've undergone successful surgery. For those who know me, y'all know this won't stop me from spreading peace and joy to the world. Full steam ahead, I'm in great spirits and ready to make the most of this off season. Now, I hope he has a speedy recovery, and for the shooter's sake, he's lucky that this guy is not speaking.
That
if Lil
is
Baby
not
had
a
anything
good
to do
look.
with it, this could be one of the...
That is not a good look for Lil Baby, ladies and gentlemen. That is a horrible look, because they've been looking to put these people in jail with a RICO. And it's looking like this is like everything that they needed.
dumbest self-inflicted downfalls that we've seen from a rapper of Lil Baby's magnitude in history, right? This is someone who was supposed to be next up, someone who was supposed to be on top of the world, someone at one point who Drake was viewing as competition in terms of hit-making capabilities, right?
Not
It seems like a
anymore.
lifetime ago, but in my eyes, Lil Baby kind of always had it like handed to him. Like, he was a great artist, don't get me wrong. I love Lil Baby's music from like 2017 to 2020, but at the same time, I never understood the whole he's the next Lil Wayne narrative, but that was what was being pushed for the longest time. The way they were talking about Lil Baby, you would have thought he was making like Kanye West level albums, right? Like that My Turn album that is still on the Billboard charts to this day, 6 years later. You would have thought that's like this generation's graduation. He had all the hype, the narrative, the media, everything was in his favor. There was no controversy around his name, just straight good music, right? But now you have like the fifth incident of violence that could have potentially been caused by someone within Lil Baby's crew, while Lil Baby was standing right next to them, with each instance bringing Lil Baby further and further down a rabbit hole that could lead to a very dark demise. I mean, guys, imagine Lil Wayne randomly 3-4 years into Young Money decided he had to change the name of Young Money because the cops looked at Young Money like a criminal enterprise. That's basically what happened here with Lil Baby. But the only difference is you continue to hear about these different quote-unquote 4PF members get themselves into trouble.
Oh my God, Chad. I don't know what to tell you. Drop it in the comment box. What do you think? Do you think Lil Baby is going to get out of this? Do you think that he'll be able to dodge this? You think he'll be able to evade this and this will be dismissed? Or do you think that they're really going to come for them now that they've just done too much? They fucking backdoored academics. They killed 3 kids like under the age of 10 and 11. Killed children, like children, you know? People in the same team. Oh, God. I don't know what to say about this. I wish him the best. Lawyer up, my brother. That's all I could tell you. Lawyer the fuck up. Wow. Well, anyway, Chad, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate everybody, man. You already know it's your boy Chief from the Cheat Challenge. And drop it in the comment box what you think about the situation Lil Baby has got himself into. And we're out of here.
It's the cheap challenge. It's the cheap challenge. It's the cheap challenge. It's the cheap challenge. King Buddha, it's never too late to awake you. King Buddha, it's never too late for mistake to. King Buddha, it's never too late to awake you. King Buddha, it's never too late for mistake to. King Buddha, sab up or shut up. King Buddha, sab up or shut up.